What do you do? What do you do when you can't love him like you used to? Love him like you used to. What do you do? What do you do when you find out that they used you? Find out that they used you. It's gone. The love is gone away.
What's happening, everybody? Hey, welcome back to the Tell Me Anything podcast, brought to you by one of your hosts, Timbo All Day. We have a pretty interesting episode for each and every one of y'all today. We plan on covering what does devotion look like to you, as well as does it get back scratch the itch, and what are your thoughts on love language, and really whatever else comes to mind. So if you enjoy the game we spit and how we talk our shit, just do us a favor, right? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on so you know when we're doing what we do. So, starting with the next thing, right? We're going to get into our praise reports. So, first and foremost, what you're seeing on your screen right now and the song you heard is an artist, but is one of Young Third's artists. Her name is Baby Gonna Go, right? So, go ahead. I'm going to send the link right here. And what we're gonna do is, yeah, let's get her up. Let's see if we can get this channel up to 100 subscribers by the end of today. One of the guests we're gonna bring on, we're thinking about making a few of these people host as we go on, right? And one of those is Jay Will. Now, other than that, y'all, I guess I'll start off with my praise report, right? So as you guys know, I talked about it last week about removing the what's it called? The breathalyzer from my car. For the last 2 years, I've been fighting a DWI case, and it's been trash, right? It's been trash. Finally, I went to the court. They gave me time served for everything. I did have to take a DWI plea in the state of Texas, but it's better than what could have happened. I was tired of looking over my shoulder and seeing I might go to jail. That shit fucking sucked. But nonetheless, I made it out of it. Something that's been going on in my life is god dang. It's like you can't get by just trying to do. I don't think it's the bare minimum, but at a certain age you realize this is exactly who I am and I'm not willing to change. No matter if you're right or wrong, and you try and you change it. That's why I think this episode is pretty amazing. Jess is the one who came up with this episode. I hope she is able to make it. I have a couple other guests who I hope are able to make it. But yeah, it is what it is, right? So tell me, chat, what's going on with y'all? Anything exciting? I know RIP to a legend, Chuck Norris. So I was looking through a couple things. I've seen him in quite a
Really
few
enjoying
different
it.
places, right? Hey, welcome back, Young Third. Hey, you missed
What's
it,
happening?
but tell me about your artist. Go baby go. I'm gonna bring her back up on the screen, man.
Baby gonna?
Oh, yeah.
Baby gonna go.
I can't read.
Hey,
And Jay Will, what's happening, bro?
What's the word?
So I
we
played the
just talking
intro.
about baby gonna go. I just made it into the pod, trying to get myself situated. Lot going on. Lot going on. Yeah. If I don't know if we started with one of the new singles we working on for
Yeah, I
Baby
just
Gonna
played
Go.
that. It was the intro before I brought in the intro.
Who do we have there? Who is that?
Young
This is an
Third.
artist that me and my partner Slang D have created and that we building up right now. Her name Baby Gonna Go, and yeah, like we basically finding a voice for us to be able to make music that like we've been wanting to make. and haven't been able to really make. Can we
This is a
actually
proxy.
that one right there to say Baby Gunna in pink with her sitting down? Yeah, play that. That's a new record. I think Ern and Slang put this one together.
So what is your sign? I just met you and I'm already feeling your vibe. Cause you're just my type. You got everything that I like. From head to toe, you know you be killing the room. Bring the alter ego out, you gotta show 'em what it do. And when you're by my side, I keep it cool. That's why I left that other guy, he's such a fool. That's why I'm trying to spend all of my time with you. So what is your sign?
Yeah. So like she kind of like the soulful kickback kind of vibe, you know what I'm saying? A lot of,
A
you
little
know,
jazzy. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? We kind of keeping it like it's really, you know, a lot of people got a lot of stuff to say about the whole AI music thing, but I mean the way that we kind of tapped into it is like, man, we got all these ideas. You don't necessarily always have an artist around who can, you know, bring it out this kind of way. But if you can make it's kind of like how like dudes always think about like if you can make your perfect girl, like we get a chance to like make our perfect singer. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the girl that sings to me sounds like this, like you know what I'm saying, and then you get a chance to express all these ideas and the myriad of emotions that necessarily some genres of music don't lend to certain ideas that you have or the you can't express in the same way. You know, am I making sense?
Nah, you make
Yeah.
full sense, bro. Like,
You're fairly musically inclined. What is it called when you do like, just like jog my memory? You want somebody to sing a song that you wrote, so you sing it for them and like try to like.
It's like a reference track.
Oh, right, but this is the ultimate reference though.
So I get to
yeah,
make reference tracks like I used to write for a lot of female artists and stuff like that. So I would make reference tracks and then they would listen to it, have to learn it and then sing it. We created something that just instantly is like, oh, I got it.
But with the reference tracks, if they recorded you like playing the reference tracks, this could be used to get you in the court of law. And somebody say, "Nah, bro, we heard you sing it. We heard
Listen,
you sing
there is a version out there with me rapping every word to light skinned girl with a head full of curls. Buy me diamonds and pearls and I rock your world.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, so chat, we're gonna type that down so in case we have to come back on
Somewhere
some
out
more
there in the
short
ether
light
is,
skinned
lyrics.
girls with a head full of girls."
you know, my cookie make the boys want to jerk there is a reference track for this.
Bro.
There's a
So
reference
what's fun-
track somewhere if you got a serious case of my type.
So look, there's two things that you just reminded me of and I know third we had a conversation on this with my dating life right now. I'm thinking about making an official like Excel spreadsheet because I understand sales. And Jay, you look like maybe you muted yourself. Well, I see you talking. But anyways, I'm about to have a whole Excel sheet on my computer as I'm on these dating apps so I can remember what these bitches told me. B, type out the pros and cons and then their attributes as far as awareness, femininity, cooking and cleaning skills, sex game, head game, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like think of the sex game as the 3 point range.
Is this gonna be a rating thing?
Yes. No, it's gonna be a my player for my bitch. I might call it my bitch. Where you know how the women got the T app?
Hey, once again, Sugar Free has a line for this. Oh, build a bitch ass nigga.
Hey, I'm not
Build
build a bitch. No, just tell her who the fuck she is, nigga. Like, because look, your woman at the end of the day is a reflection of you,
Facts.
no matter what. So when you get a toxic one, it makes you a toxic person. Something I'm starting to realize.
So then the question, look, Jess, at this point, Jess would ask, Is the toxicity in you being mirrored by her, or are you mirroring her toxicity? And I feel like if you're mirroring her toxicity, then your power dynamics is off, which is a thing we've been talking about heavy lately.
So for real, like I don't know the answer to that. I don't, and
I've
I
been
don't like
struggling with it.
mirroring because I understand like we as men we're supposed to be the leaders. We're supposed to be looked at into that. But I don't think a lot of times, and I wish Jess or Ro or even Bambi was here on this episode. And again, we've been having
Shout out to the
conversations.
squad.
Shout out the squad. Like we're looking to bring all y'all back multiple times. I'm working on some things with all of y'all.
Right. Hey, and shout
So
out to everybody who reached out, you know what I'm saying, and said that they enjoyed the show. I still want to keep encouraging everybody. Let us know you enjoyed it in the comments. Jay, is your shit picking up on Bluetooth right now? Because it's not popping up like you got sound. Or you
yeah.
might have yourself on mute.
Okay. I just typed into them. Try
Okay.
leaving and coming back. But for real, I don't know if it's mirroring. But I think women.
There you
Yep,
go.
there he is.
I can hear you guys now.
For
Technical
sure, for sure.
difficulties.
Don't even trip. It happens like that from time to time, bro. But yeah,
What
I
I
don't
miss?
know. Basically, I was saying I'm about to start a whole my player build for the women in my life. Everyone I meet from the dating apps, compare and contrast the pros, the cons, their attributes as far as cooking, cleaning, sex game, head game, femininity, and like that's how I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna have a whole Excel sheet because this bitch yesterday, and I don't mean to call her a bitch, but that's the way we talk. This bitch yesterday told me like,
That's the creature.
she
You
said,
know,
once it's an argument, you don't care. I don't like to argue with stupid people. I'm just gonna tell you you're right and move on. That's childish. You're right.
hey,
Why you
girls
want
in
to talk?
Texas love to call some shit childish. Like, that's
My
their version
nigga.
of sassy. I remember I was, hey, you childish. That's all good.
It,
Like,
it's like if you decide to talk, then you're sassy, but then when you don't talk, then you're something else. It's like there's no real in between. You know what I mean? Because like
hell no.
if I talk, I'm gonna exude logic, right? And then I'm sassy. So when I know that my logic is not gonna be received, then I'm withdrawn or I'm whatever. I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Avoidance.
smart. Yeah.
Nigga. And it's like you
You know.
can't like only men understand that part. We can't win for winning.
Man.
And then like I asked that simple question like, why are you still with me? Like, and that's been to my ex-wife, to like my four major exes who I actually really did care about. It's not so much on the bitches you don't give a fuck about. But it's like, why are you with me if I'm all this bad shit? Oh, because it's you see the good and the good outweighs the bad, but you can never say, hey, you're amazing at this until I find a new bitch.
It's just
So
like when you ask them, "What do you want to eat?" They say they don't know, right? You say, "Well, why are you
Boom.
with me?" Like, I
Is
don't
in the
even know.
window.
What do you want to eat? I don't know. But then you take them to get something to eat, and they don't really like they don't like what you fed them. You know what I'm saying? Or you
My
can be
bad.
the genuine you, and they don't like you. You know
nigga.
what I mean? So it's a conundrum wrapped
So
in an
look,
enigma,
so look, I took this
covered in
broad
beef
out.
and bacon, beef bacon.
Look, yeah, beef bacon. So look, I took this broad came over to my house last week, right? While we were going through the show, a lot of times I had to keep moving myself off was because of the drama I had going behind the scenes, right? She was sitting right there on the couch, right there. She heard
You want to
Bambi's
talk about
story and
behind the
she was
scenes
like,
drama?
schizophrenia ain't even genetic because she works in the mental health field as y'all do, as you do, Jay. But anyways, the day she came over, I said, "All right, cool. Just come over to the house. Let's bring some wine. And I'm gonna cook some chicken, shrimp, or steak." She was like, "I don't want none of that shit. Look, I'm not too shabby in the kitchen, right?" I was like, "I got rice. I can make it fried rice, dirty rice, jambalaya. It don't fucking matter." She don't want none of that. All right, cool. What do you want to eat? Flip out on me. All right, cool. You want some Chinese food? Ooh. You know what she fucking ordered from the Chinese fucking restaurant?
Chicken and
Nigga,
rice.
rice, broccoli beef. I was like, I had all that shit, and it would have made it better. And shrimp. I was like, I had all that shit, and it would have been way better than this. Ugh.
Man, you want to
You
talk
know,
about nigga getting hit up with bullshit after last week's show? Nigga, I got hit up like this.
You should have sent that to the chat so I could have shared it.
That's literally how I got caught. You ain't fucking single. Keep on playing with me. We got to single you out of a lineup, bitch.
Hey, so me and Caliber talked about that. He called us after the episode and said, "That nigga tripping." And I just had to, hey, yo.
Oh shit.
man, the biggest highlight of that pod was who did it to you.
Bro, niggas. Damn, gotta have you back on. I loved it. And everybody else.
Nigga.
So far, that's our
Fuck
biggest
nigga.
live show episode so far.
That shit, I've been saying that all week, bruh. Like, let me see a nigga in front of me at the 7-Eleven struggling to put together change. In my head, I'm saying, broke nigga.
Look, you know the other one that lives in my head that I can't unfucking see? The polygamy is pedophilia.
Oh my goodness.
Ah,
I think my
word,
service
word.
out for that one. I didn't hear that one.
Oh my goodness.
It was
nigga.
right
I
after
think that
the-
was.
Nah.
I think what was coming in and out was like when she started speaking about like Mormons or something like that. You know what I mean? When it gets into cultures, you gotta you can't. Pedophilia is like a diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to cultures, like their age of consent is different in different places, right? Doesn't make it right, but it doesn't mean that they like little kids. They're more like they're praising virgins and like, so it's not like they're looking for somebody in the 4th grade. It's
Right.
Pedophilia is somebody that likes kids and
Yeah.
like needs to be with a kid. Like if you could find somebody who's a virgin in these areas, good luck, Chuck. Chances are you're gonna find a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, but that's in those areas. Out here in America, it's not a thing.
Exactly.
Definitely
I
not.
remember I've told the story about like I went to Germany and I was fucked up because my rule was always like, you know, if I could drink, I could hit the pink. Like we're both 21, like we in here drinking. Mind y'all, was a young man out there, right? But like we in the club and she in here 17 and the motherfucker got on Louis Vuitton red bottoms, a Chanel bag, and she's buying me a drink. And she's able to drink here. She's grown here. She's in the club. It's late, age of consent is different. They're
But
old
that's
enough to
just
come to the
weird.
club and drink and all this shit. But in my head, I'm like, now this is crazy because where I'm from, my culture is not like this. This is a little girl in my culture. You know what I'm saying? But over here, they over here dealing with grown men and they bagged up and they've been going to the club since they was 15. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the age where they can come to the club and drinking out there. Like,
But
I'm
I
like,
still think a lot of those countries, because I know Czech, the age of consent is still like 18, right? But like you just said, they're able to go to the bars and clubs at 16, which is a fucking conundrum. And you know there's states in the U.S. that the age of consent is as low as 15.
yeah.
They got these laws. I was listening to
Kentucky
them.
and shit. I was out in
Yeah.
Kentucky
And
I
that
think
shit,
shit
even
was like,
still, like as a 40-year-old man, all right, that's cool. That's the age of consent. It's still wrong to me.
Let's keep it a buck. Age of consent is one thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't make it right. I was smoking before I could buy a pack of cigarettes. It didn't make it right, right?
Come
I
on.
feel like when there's a huge age gap, like, you know, age of consent, somebody's 19, girlfriend 17, you guys, you know, you were in the same,
I was in school together type
was in school
shit. I
together.
can
yeah,
find
right?
that.
But when you're 36, 37, and she's 21, you know what I'm saying? Now, all this may seem legal, but is this woman's brain formed yet to where she can consent? But is this consent like really informed consent? Does she understand everything? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because these old women out here doing the damn thing now too. So I always just like to think like,
I was just
yeah,
about to
like there's
speak
an age
in
of
on that.
consent thing.
'Cause
Yeah, it's an age of consent.
it's a lot of 40, 50, 60s out here that's looking for the young 20 boys because they remember how they can fuck all night.
Well,
And they can manipulate them with the easy things. Here, they know I
With
got
a
some side.
PS5 and
You know what I'm
like, oh, I'm
saying?
over here at the steakhouse.
so look, I got two things on that one, right? One thing my great grandfather told me years ago when I was too young to understand it, and then two, well, let me start with this one, right? What he told me years ago, he was like, "Look, grandson, I think I was 10 to 12 before he passed away, right?" He was like, "You're not gonna understand this, but one day you will. When you're in your 20s, date 40-year-olds. When you're in your 30s, date bitches your age. When you're in your 40s, start going for like the high 20-year-olds." And he was like, the reason why is the women in your 40s are going to show you the man you need to be. You're going to attract the women who can point you into that direction because they've seen it before and they see your potential and they see all that. When you're in your 30s, you're at a woman who is equal to where you are mentally, who can actually like you guys are building together. Now, once you're in your 40s, she's gonna start falling off your 40s and 50s, and you're gonna start wanting to go to girls in their 20s and 30s. And what that is the recycling complex. So when I'm in my 40s, obviously a 20-year-old is not gonna take me as serious as she wants, but she's going to learn a lot of wisdom. So the next dude she gets when she's in her 30s, typically the baby dad, ex-husband type, is going to make the world a better place. But then the next thing I want to point out is a lot of times they say, I don't remember what psychological book I read or podcast, whatever, where this part comes from, but they say women age only by when people want to and stop wanting to have sex with them. So if you
Wow.
think about the women you met up until like let's say 33, they're mentally 17, 18, 19, 20 because that's the age that they became sexually
That they
active.
became desirable.
Bingo. And
They're
once they
always trying to
become
find that spark again.
and then once that fades and they're not desirable, they have another transition to where they actually have actual growth, which is almost the opposite side of us. Like
And there's this interesting space there, if I could jump in, where like
yeah,
they in their mid 30s and they want to relive it's always the space right before they transition over into their grown woman shit. It's where they try to go relive it for a second and keep up with the young bitches and we back outside and everything. And I feel like that era is where a lot of men judge them at. Because
yes,
like we be at this place where like why you acting like this at this age and all
yes.
this, right? And it's like why you having a reho phase again, and it's always like the good girls who was good through their 20s and then getting to their 30s and then now they want to have a hoe phase that they missed out on,
Hmm.
right? And then now after that they transition into church lady
Yeah.
or
So yeah,
spiritual lady. It either goes
yeah.
spiritual or church.
But now look at it from a guy's perspective, right? Like, and I'm gonna use us as an example. We all had that stage where we was street niggas, right? Where we was
No,
doing
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
I
cannot
never had
yet
that phase.
confirm nor deny.
I'm not saying us as us, but I'm saying as
But
far
like,
as
yeah, no, it's a
we had,
maceration phase. I
well, we
get you.
had a time where we were reckless and we were living. What's that word?
I
Spontaneous.
always live I always live very pragmatic,
Uh huh.
strictly by the book. But
But
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
continue.
No, what I'm saying is there was a
We
time
get you.
risks that were unnecessary, right?
Got you.
That's almost the same as a woman's
Yes.
hoe phase. So you remember
Yes.
when we was ghost riding the whip in Magic Mountain?
When we got banned for life. Yes.
Yes. And that is living spontaneous and living life on the edge, right?
Good
Nothing
time.
illegal happened. The risks were dumb. The
Yes.
risks were dumb as
No
fuck.
reason I should have been
So,
standing on
so,
top of the
so,
car.
so, let me ask you this: at what age did this occur?
Early
We were in our
20s.
20s, I think.
Early
Like
20s.
early 20s. So, biologically speaking, our brain doesn't fully develop to around 23,
25.
25. This is why you see people with schizophrenia develop schizophrenia within this age frame, because your brain goes through like this. It's, they call it a pruning. Like a lot of neurons get kind of like snipped out of there, the stuff that we don't need. And then so your executive functioning is kind of like all over the place, and so you're a little bit more impulsive. You're going to have a lot more impulsivity. Some people, the way their brain is pruned, they're still impulsive, but they don't do like reckless stuff. They're more impulsive when it comes to business endeavors and like stuff like this. And this is when you have those people that like jump ahead of the curve when it comes to just being successful at an early age, right? And that goes a lot into when you're pruning the garden. You might have one rose bush that's just overgrown the garden, right? Or you might have a variety of different plants. You know what I mean? So like this, like we see that type of these type of people who had a lot of different seeds planted. When we were listening to hip hop, we were ghost riding the whip because that's what was planted in our brains, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we were exposed to, and I feel that's where we differ from females because they've been exposed to the whole face their whole life. I don't care what nobody says. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been a battle of don't be that fast little girl. You know what I mean? So they kind of just looking like this. When we were in school, our main goal, not when I say our, it wasn't mine because I live by the book. The guys' goals, you know what I'm saying, was to get into girls' pants, right? And their goal was to keep us out of it because you would be shunned if they found out you was sucking dick in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? You would be shunned if you was giving up the cooter. You know what I'm saying? Lord forbid they ran a train on you. But now we're at an age where this stuff is like, people like to say it's like glamorized stuff. It's not really glamorized. It's always been something that like people like to do because there's a joy behind sex. It just was not socially accepted as kids. So these females who are not, it's now more socially acceptable, are able to live out their wildest fantasies in this age, this day and time. So it's always halfway been in some of them. Not everybody's wired the same, but and it's just like us as boys, we never cared. Our brains grow differently, you know what I mean? But for the girls, like they say, they mature faster. No, they're just scrutinized more. You know what I mean? Once that scrutiny is out the door, then we see who they are.
So this is interesting. Oh no, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. I'm looking.
I talk about this sometimes, right? Which is this. What about the fact of like the mental thing that we as men have to adjust to when like speaking on when we was young, y'all mess around and gave us coochie for no reason. Y'all was doing little fast shit with us because of the clothes my mom bought me and my dad bought me. You feel me? Like, I didn't do anything to earn. I didn't have a car. I didn't provide nothing for you. I didn't do any of the things that I was shocked when we turned 20 something and found out that you wanted me to have this whole list of things going on in order to get the same coochie I used to get for fucking nothing. You get what I'm saying? Look. And mentally for men, that's why you got men who don't got nothing going on who's saying she wants X, Y, and Z after me. Like, you don't even have that money. But it's like, no, all of a sudden she wants these things for me to get the same action that I was getting when you introduced me to coochie.
So look, so there's a double standard for that. Remember how I said that women, once they stop being desirable, their mental changes? For us as men, it's a two-found mental change, right? Once we realize we can have multiples, we stay there, right? And then the second is once we figure out whatever the dollar amount you have, once you start making that, we get trapped in that stage. Look at LeBron James. No matter the good, the bad, this is not about him right now so much, but him getting millions of dollars, if becoming the face of the franchise at 17, do you really think he has matured? And then the same thing can be said for Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett, right? Kobe was never satisfied. KG, as far as basketball and as far as his presence to us, has changed. LeBron James is, when you hear LeBron James speak, he is still that 17-year-old kid from Akron. And that's not me hating on him, and because I'm not a LeBron fan, even though I'm a Laker fan. But that's actually, I see a young kid who got a lot of money and never had to mature past that. He never knew struggle after 17 years old.
That's an interesting take. And by the way, don't beat yourself up too hard for being a Laker fan. Nobody's perfect, even Jesus
First
wasn't
off,
perfect.
don't get kicked off the show, even though you're one of the founders.
Does
Uh,
Luca have more points than the whole Clipper roster? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just throwing random
Facts.
numbers out there.
Like, bruh. Like, so look, me
Like
and your cousin at your
season
birthday.
points.
Bro, you had 3 of your cousins talking about Joe ass at your birthday. Like, how the fuck is he a Clipper fan?
It's like I think Auntie Sheila might have dropped him on his head. You seen stars.
Twice.
She equated it with red, white, and blue,
Twice.
and that's what happened.
She dropped you
That's what
at the Arrowhead Pond when the Clippers still played there, huh?
oh, okay.
You saw when you woke
All
up.
right, fine.
Hey, but you know what? To kind of touch on what you were saying there, like as far as like, yeah, boom, when you kind of hit like early adulthood, it can be very stressful. Like, cause yeah, I used to be able to get this for nothing, and then now you still have females that will give it to you for nothing. Then you got somebody that might be holding you accountable, and that's why it's easy to become a fuck nigga. You feel me? Because like, man, I don't gotta do shit. You know what I'm saying? I can just go get some cooter just because I can smile. I only need one good tooth to smile in this bitch face and get some coochie. You know what I'm saying? Just one. You know what I mean? But then it's just like that's a part of our maturation too. And it's just like, all right, boom. Who is going to bring this maturation out of you in a way that doesn't make you more depressed and all this stuff? Because it's a lot of pressure being it's a lot of pressure being an 18-year-old, 19-year-old man. You feel me? Especially like if you have children at this point in time, there's a lot of pressure. It's a ton of pressure. So like, who's going to bring it out of you without making you like take chances? You know, I have you out here doing some shit that'll fuck up the next decade of your life or something like that because you're out there robbing shit, stealing, selling, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna be there, or who's gonna tell you to just focus on you, man? Because like you done had your fun. Now it's the time to stop chasing these girls and really just like lock in
Lock in.
and learn a trade, go to school, do this. Because these girls is gonna always be here and they like flowers. They will at their time. You want to make sure that you create the best bed of soil so you can have the flower that you want in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sit here and deal with this what appears to be a flower now, it might be it might be a weed that's gonna choke your soil and stunt your growth.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
So I mean,
Or a parasite, because you know mistletoe is a parasite for pine trees, right?
Yep.
or it could be a dandelion, not so appealing. You know what I mean? You know, in normal society, but that's because Monsanto doesn't want us to know the healing effects of a dandelion. So they turn the dandelion into a weed, and now we perceive the dandelion as a weed, and it's like how is it a weed? Who decided to say this plant here is a weed and this one isn't? You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, these plants was just all growing up on God's green earth one day, and somebody says, you know what? You're
These
a weed.
are undesirables.
Hey,
You're
so
a weed.
Jay, one thing you probably missed, you probably did catch a little bit of it, but I thought about that while having to do weeds in the high desert. Third, you know what I'm talking about. We had them tumbleweeds, them stickerweeds, them bitches that just grew high as fuck, and dandelions.
Yeah, that shit with them thorns, the ones that just grow flat on the ground and there's nothing but thorns. You walk in the house and you just got all these thorns. Like,
Stickers
yeah,
on the
goddamn,
bottom
like,
of
yeah,
your
those
feet.
are weeds.
Yeah.
They talk about those in the Bible. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's thorn. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. But outside of that, nah, for real though. Like, I feel like dandelions, like, you know, they'll say like eat dandelions. Dandelion is good for you or whatever. Like the Indians, like I was on some like alligator cruise or something going through New Orleans or whatever, and they're like, yo, shut the fuck up, James, knowing shit. I'm like, I'm just guessing. You guys are pointing at a tree and saying, do you know what this bark turned into? I'm like, is it aspirin? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But like they used to have like, you know, I might have read a book or two, but I didn't know that this was the tree. I didn't equate it with it. But like, yeah, they used to have like freaking trees. That's how they found medicine in the trees. Like they use this for that. They use this for that. And then so soon as somebody is here and tell you that this isn't good for you, you'll look at it differently. And I feel like it's the same thing. Like, you know, that's why they kind of pit men against women. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make the prototypical baby mama that's always complaining, and you're gonna look at her like a complainer, and now you're gonna grow resentment toward her when she might just be a dandelion. You know what I mean? She might be just trying to encourage her, and she doesn't really know how to encourage her growth because she's part of the system too. You know what I mean?
Hello.
So I mean, just throw that out there, man. Just go Food for thought.
Man.
But yeah,
No, it's
outside of
all
that, man,
it's all complicated, man, and
No,
it's a joy to go through.
I like what you said. Hold on. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Y'all go ahead, continue. I'll be right back.
This nigga got a dookie mid pie. I've seen that face before.
I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Hey, just need a minute real quick, guys. Yeah. That shit you cooked yourself backing up on you.
Right? It's like, yeah, let's just eat Chinese. Let's go eat dog. Yeah, like, I'll take the dog for it.
Yeah, right. You're doing nice things with the mice over there. I'll take that. Let's try that.
Tell me anything. Did I miss the praise report, man?
Man, let me jump in and give mine because I didn't get to give mine. If you didn't get to give yours, let's go ahead and throw some praise reports. My praise report is over the last 2 weeks, man, I got to go down to Baton Rouge, down next to LSU, man. Got to be down in the South. Y'all don't know how much I love being in the South, man. Hearing them nice accents and everything. Eating that good food.
Baby.
I got a motherfucking turkey wing, bruh. It was this big, bruh. Like, it was turkey wing. I had fried turkey wing, man.
From where?
Oh my goodness. Then they gave me the lemon pepper fries with the sweet heat on them. Oh my goodness.
Where'd you go?
Big ass Kool-Aid's this big in Baton Rouge, bro. I was in
But where?
Baton Rouge. It was called Straight. It's called Straight Out the Grill. I want to say, let me give them a shout out since we are online and everything. I did find them on Instagram because it was that good. Like, man, it was so fire. Yeah, it's called.
Yeah, you call that submit praise report, Tim.
Yeah, since we didn't get to get our praise report.
Oh, y'all didn't give yours. My bad.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's called Straight Out the Track Eats. Straight Out the Track Eats. Yeah, and y'all can check them out on Instagram. They out in Baton Rouge. So that eating good was my praise report because after I left Baton Rouge, I drove up to Neenah, Wisconsin, which is just south of Green Bay, 20 minutes south of Green Bay, and I got stuck in the blizzard of the century. And all praise to the Most High, we didn't have no accidents and we made it in and out of there safe. But they hadn't had nothing like that since the 1900s, hitting March. And it was a crazy ass blizzard, man. It was a great experience to be out in. And yeah, had a good time. I don't think that's the place.
What's up, man?
Okay, I just typed it in the Instagram.
It's Straight Out the. It's DA straight. Oh, it's STR8. STR8.
Wait. STR
8. Number 8. The DA. There it is. It's the purple. Oh, it disappeared. No. All right. Straight Out DA TRAQ.
Hello, fam.
And
What's
then
up,
EATZ. Hey, what up, Jess?
Jess in the house.
Happy
What's
New Day,
good?
guys. I hope everybody's doing good. I see some people are moving, so I hope you're driving safe and all
So
that.
autopilot.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't end up like the Cybertruck, please.
Hey.
Please.
Oh, I seen the Cybertruck out in Wisconsin that spun out and hit the side of the thing. I said, yeah, you was driving on that autopilot and then tried to swerve. And it was all ice, bro. Like, the ice out there was so crazy. So we was just doing praise reports. So you popped up right at the right time, Jess. So, yeah, my praise report is I had a good time in Baton Rouge. And I made it through the craziest blizzard up in Wisconsin. And we were able to complete our event, drive out of there safe and everything. They lost my luggage flying from Georgia to LAX, but then I ended up getting it because they put it on the next plane. They landed an hour behind, so I didn't lose my luggage officially. So all praise to the Most High for that. That's my praise reports for the week.
Yes.
Okay.
My praise report would probably have to be, well, you know, today is the spring. Well, yesterday was spring equinox.
Okay.
So it's time to spring clean. And
Mom's
I just
birthday.
had a few realizations that and mindset shifts that helped me get rid of some things that were
Hello.
mindsets that were holding me back from where I'm about to go. So I
That's
cleaned
right.
them out.
Right.
Hell yeah.
That's my
That's
praise
right.
report for today. It ain't about to make it this year.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So I think my praise report, man, is like I had a really great week, man. Like just doing what I love and like walking in like alignment with the goals that I set forth for myself years ago. And it's a blessing, you know what I mean? I see people like, you know, in various parts of their journeys, like, oh, I'm just going to school for this, or I'm starting this. And like, you know, a lot of people are in the beginning phase, the middle phase, growing weary, and I'm telling them, nah, keep going. You got a lot of people that's, you know, making it to the finish line. And you get to see people in those different stages. And I was having a conversation with somebody last night, you know what I mean? It's like, I used to be a CNA. It's like, oh, I used to be a CNA. I was like, I used to be a CNA. You know what I mean? Working at like a skilled nursing home.
Mm.
And I remember looking up to LVN, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, you know, a few degrees way beyond that at this point in time. But I remember looking up to these people and not ever being envious. I was inspired. And I said, my goal is to inspire somebody the same way I was inspired by these people. And I just always kind of talk highly about like not only just like going through the struggle, but getting through the struggle because it's something on the other side. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm a walking testimony to being something on the other side, man. And it's nothing like just being able to do something that you set your mind for to do, especially as a man. I don't care if it's just to go mow your backyard. You know what I'm saying? You set your mind to go do it, and you go do it. It's a blessing to be able to see things through. And I feel like it's an exercise. You got to start with something small and build your way up. Just like I started with CNA school all the way to getting a master's degree. I never thought I would. I didn't. I don't even. You talking to a nigga that got a GED? I don't even got a high school diploma.
That
I
part.
don't think I ever thought I would make it this far. So
That's the
it's one of
part.
those ones. Once I started retraining my brain, you know, and like Jess said, you got to do that spring cleaning and get rid of stuff that don't serve you, whether it be physical or mental. And once I started
Mm.
retraining my brain, like, man, I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. It's usually we got in our mind is holding us back.
Man, come
We
on.
gotta clean that closet out in our mind. Sometimes you just gotta reorganize it. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta really throw shit away, but sometimes you gotta reorganize it, make yourself feel better. Like your mama would say after you clean your room after like 6 months, you feel better now, don't you? Then you take a
Mm.
shower. You take we were kids and we didn't take baths every day. You take a bath, they be like, how you feel now?
Fact.
You know what? I
Yeah.
feel kind of good. I feel kind of good. This feels good. I might do this once a week now. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? I
Just
might.
walking around reeking and don't even know it.
smell like all
Hey man,
outside.
Yeah, it
hey, you
stank.
know what? That's what we did as kids.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
We didn't do anything debaucherous. We
he
just didn't
said,
take
"Yeah."
baths. That's all it was.
Kids. There be
Okay,
some.
look. So while we still got another 20 minutes or so inside the episode, let's go ahead and get to some of these questions that we wanted to go ahead and knock out today on the Tell Me Anything podcast. I think the first one that we was gonna start touching in was when it comes to relationships, does that get back actually scratch the itch?
So as a guy or a girl,
Your experience. And
um,
also you could talk about if you've had somebody that tried to get back on you and
oh,
did they get what they wanted out of it?
I've definitely had a get back got at me. I've definitely, but
You
I'm
got
not.
that?
No, I'm not that. I'm not that big of a get back person because, like, I feel if you know what you got, and there's some reason, like, I don't know, the sadist in me likes knowing that you're trying to come back and get back with me, right? However, the one time I did have a get back, and it was with my ex-wife. She wound up getting a boyfriend while we was still married. And I think I told y'all this story during our 2K thing, because this nigga
Mhm.
got my nigga up to a 99. And I was like, who the fuck? He was a 95 when I left. And I came back like, who the fuck got my shit up to a 99? And
Yo,
I
playing
told
on
you,
another nigga's my player is
Somebody
yes, brutal.
treacherous.
sleeping in my
But wait,
bed,
That is a
messing
different
with
kind
my
of
head.
treacherous,
but
bruh.
wait, it gets better. Because, mind you, he knows what he's doing with my wife, because she was my wife at that time. He brought a friend. And the fucked up thing is, once they broke up, I was like, hey, no, 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 no. Don, like, I was on the phone with this nigga, like, look, give her another chance. She's all right. I know. I get it. I get it. She is like that. But I didn't want
We
her
need
anymore.
you.
I didn't want her anymore.
Look,
Like,
hey, you caught wind
Come
of this
on,
shit. You said,
develop
bitch, what are
another
you
player,
doing?
my
Who is
boy.
that nigga?
Develop another player.
I just started a
whoa.
new build. I don't want to grind him all the way up. What are you doing
It was
with
good
this
for us. He got us into all the clubs we needed. Like Sugar Free had a line like that. Like my
nigga?
girl side dude seen me get in a fight, he whooped all they nigga ass, and then took me to the house and said, "Hey, tell Keisha to come outside." That's how I felt. So, does it get back? No, it doesn't, because it doesn't make me want you anymore. But you did what you needed to do. Shit, you gotta have pride in yourself. That's my thoughts.
How does it feel? How does it feel? My thought on the get back is this, man. I ain't finna let nobody determine the beat of my drum. So before I get got, I'm gonna go get. And so I say this to say that if you get me, then you got me. But I'm not finna go get some get back because now you're marching. You were saying, James, I need you to go do this and do that. I'd rather do something on my own behest or take it across the chin and process it how I'm gonna process it because like, this is the saying I've been saying all week to everybody I've been running to. Life is 10% what happened to you, 90% how you react to it.
Come on.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I can go get some get back, but is it gonna make? I can get some get back. Can think about what you did to me in the midst of my get back, and then I could just go limp. So it's not gonna help me to get back. I'm gonna do something because I want to do something, whether it be like anything as far as like DMP shit or just anything in general. I'm not gonna let nobody like determine the beat of my drum. I'm not gonna live in spite of nobody. And it's a freedom. Once you learn to not live in spite of nobody or do anything like this, nobody can control you. That's the biggest get back.
So
When
we have to
somebody can
learn that.
you, they sit there and like manipulate you.
Let's let's
Rather
let's
be
keep it
that
up.
creative player that you're trying to hit the button. I see you not into these buttons anymore because the nigga done reconfigured your controller. You know what I'm saying? You cannot control me anymore. My is my autonomy. And I've learned this from going nobody shit. There's no winners situation. So man, fuck that.
Hmm.
You
So that's what I was
see how
gonna
that
speak
work out
on.
for you. How that work out.
Like we didn't just get to that place of having that understanding. Like it was trial and error. It was times where you went for your get backs or you got back and you let it affect you and all that, and then you had to come to these realizations that like all this pity petty back and forth shit is like, is we doing this or not? Like, cause we can keep playing the. Cause I'm like this, like I can be evil with the best of them, right? Like but we gotta own our fucked upness. I don't like it when a motherfucker try to reclassify a get back, right?
Hmm.
This the shit I don't like. Like own your get back. If it was, I was on devil time. I was on little purple emoji with the horns time, nigga. On your get back. Call it a spade a spade. I don't like it when you want to reclassify your get back or you know, try to say that this wasn't that, it was this and all this shit. Like, nah, okay, look, a give back is a give back. Are we out here being grimy? Because I can respect your humanity if that's what we out here doing. I could look at your humanity and I could say I'm with that. I can dig it. You have to have a little human moment because that's what it required for you to get through whatever. But when you can't face that and own that you was being a fucked up ass person right there, then I don't respect it. Now it's like, okay, let me show you something because this is something I deal with. I can't even, what Nipsey say, I can't even front like I got just the most ultimate poise or whatever. I just didn't quit type shit. Like, I'm only here as a result of like going through it and getting through it. And I'm still going through and getting through that kind of thing. I'm at this age where like I got to make decisions based off of things. And I don't even want to say this age because some people might find this shit at an earlier or a later age. I'm at this chapter in my life where I gotta, you know how you keep going through stuff until you beat the level. We all grew up on the hard video games where you had to keep going through Mario over and over the fuck again until you got past it on Zelda. You know what
Next
I'm saying?
level. That
Them
greatest
levels.
next level is waiting for you.
And
over and
ain't no way
over
to
and
get through
over
the
and
next and
over and over and over.
over and over again. Exactly. It ain't no way to get through and get past that next level unless you beat the level. And so it's like call it what you want to call it. The Most High, the Creator, the universe. This is what we have to go through while we here. We get challenged with these things. That's why they keep popping up in front of you. You might have been doing this for lifetimes, and you need to grow through this. This is your chance. Take the opportunity because you're gonna keep facing it over and over again, and you got to take the chance. So, like for me, it's like to be petty or to not be petty. Like y'all had already said, I've seen not only look at the mirrors I've had in my life. Look how good God is. He let me see Timbo go through it. He let me see J Will go through it. He let me see XYZ. I could name 15 other homies because y'all know I'm one of the younger homies out of the homies. Everybody kind of older than me. I didn't watch all these niggas go through it to where it's like, how I'm gonna sit here. You know what Pastor Harrelson used to say? I don't need to go down into the mud to see if I get dirty when I can watch the pigs down there getting dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga,
Look
I
at
don't
the
even
That-
pigs.
remember that shit. You don't even like the nigga.
Hey, look, he used to say that shit, bro. Like, look at
Hey,
the
you
pigs in
know
the
what's
mud, man.
crazy? That's a good example of like not paying attention to the messenger and just getting the
Mm.
Facts.
message.
Well, hey, like even though Third said he one of the youngest out of the homies, he told me this statement years ago that I still run with, and it's even a trash can get a steak.
Man, even the garbage can to
So,
get a stick. Real for
for,
real.
but for real though, like even a trash can get a steak. So
So my thoughts on the get back is if somebody, if we're talking about a get back, we're assuming that the person who's getting the get back, they did something first. I mean,
hmm
They've
the
been
person
wrong.
who they're in a relationship with, they did something first,
Right.
which that's already a complex situation because I feel like when you're dealing with infidelity, the feelings aren't linear. It's not like I hate you and that's it. It's like I love you. You did this thing I didn't like. We're together. But dang, like you explored your options. Like
hmm
you explored your options and now like wow, I didn't think to explore my options. Um, but I do think that, you know, getting the get back is never worth it because the person who always explores their, even if it's not like a thing where it's out of spite, because I don't think when you get a get back, it's out of spite all the time. I think it's, and that's why it's like a very like undefined kind of experience because it could be like, especially if it's a woman getting a get back, if we're known for being emotional beings, then it's like it's you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates because it's like this wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do this because he did this. It's like, oh, I didn't have a chance to explore this, and now I want to see. Now that I feel like my relationship has been open.
This is interesting. I see you making a face, Tim, but let me throw this. I feel like you just kind of spoke to leadership, right?
Yes,
Amongst the sexes, where it's like, have
yes,
you been introduced to? And this is funny because it seems like women are always, willing to like. If I start leading in a fucked up way, here she gung ho to follow that lead, right? But I've had a year and a half of trying to get us on track in all these right ways, and maybe you've been dragging your feet in some of these areas. Not all the time, but sometimes it be like that, or like, man, I've been trying to encourage you to do this thing to do better for yourself. Like I get up and I be working out. And like you see me working out, I've been trying to encourage you to do it too and everything. You haven't grasped on to that. However, as soon as I go out here and be a hoe, you see how I can go be a hoe. And now you're like, oh, I see how to do that. So it's like, it tells me you have the capability to see me lead and come do something. But why is it that you only choose this toxic shit to follow behind when I was giving you all of this motherfucking positive shit that you could have caught on
Well,
to
because
the
it's not
same way?
exciting.
Well,
Mm,
I agree
mm,
with you. I think the point that you made is important, though. That's why it is important that women have, like, when that agreement of a union is made, whether it be girlfriend or boyfriend or marriage, but marriage is more sacred in my opinion. When
right,
it be that when you are choosing to lead, it's as heavy as the crown that wears the.
man.
That's a
Mm.
very weighted title because it comes with leadership. Because the moment you do something wrong, and that's
Mm,
what leadership is. Like,
mm,
it's like, and because I'm a leader in certain communities, and it's annoying because I have to acknowledge when I did something wrong, and that's not fun. It's like
right,
it's easier to deflect. Well, you did that. Hey, well,
right.
if you hadn't been tripping, then I
Yeah,
wouldn't have did that. But when
yeah.
in reality, the better way to resolve the issue, which is, I, I was saying this in my younger years, like, ugh, accountability. I hate it. I don't even know how to spell it. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with it.
Real
I
spill.
just. But in reality, what I learned in therapy, which was annoying, is even women have to be examples sometimes of like how to love or how to whatever the
Mm,
case is. But you got to be the example. Like, if you want your
mm,
partner, if your partner looking out of shape, then yeah, you gonna have to be the example. You gonna have to get cut up. She gonna see them abs and be like, oh, he want to get fine without me.
huh,
Like, they might not get it immediately. They
huh.
not gonna get it. They not gonna. You've been in the gym for 6 months. They're not gonna be in the gym immediately with you. But when they see
Right,
the
right,
results, they gonna have to get in the gym.
Yep.
So
right.
it still counts to lead.
So keep
Okay.
doing the work.
Just
Keep
keep
doing
doing
the
I
it.
work.
like that.
Keep
I like that.
loving.
So,
Love wins.
okay.
Yeah.
I got four things actually that triggered me, but amongst all of y'all, right?
Oh,
Of what everybody said. So the first part is heavy is the head that wears the crown, right?
Yes.
So leading, I don't know. You probably missed this part of my analogy, Jess, but it mentioned that girl from I don't know where I got it from, but it said that girls don't advance until
our past.
they stop once they're seen as sexually viable, they don't advance emotionally. But it seems like men don't advance either financially or once they have multiple sexual options, right? But then on to the box of chocolates. Like, I fucking hate that analogy. And let me explain why I hate that analogy, right? Because first off, we all fucking watched Forrest Gump. That nigga was retarded. Second off, every
He was
box of chocolate I
neurodivergent.
ever fucking seen, they had on the other side of the box. If you're only looking at the bottom half of the box, the top half tells you what all the fucking flavors are. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
it sounds
bro,
like you're talking about logic, though.
no, no.
And if we're talking about emotional beings, we're not gonna be so
So
logical.
that's no, no. So that's where I'm going next, right? Because
Okay,
that is
okay.
also the thing you mentioned that I was like, she's got a point, which kind of ties back into my get back section and all of that. Like, many times, us as men, we want to lead, and Jay, you mentioned this. We want to lead by logic, which I think is where that sassy man epidemic, or you're just sheltering in your feelings because we don't have any logic to come back when our women in our lives are reflecting by emotion, right? So, where do we bridge that gap between logic and emotion?
I feel
Mm.
like, or are you asking like your emotion or the
No,
partner's
well,
emotion?
both of it, because us men and women, because us as men, right? 50% of our DNA comes from our mother, 50% comes from our father. We're the sex that has both sides of the emotional scale, right? We
Hmm.
have one chromosome, the X and the Y chromosome. Women only have the X's. But
Okay.
what I'm asking is, as far as the emotion, like, we can be emotional as well, But when we become emotional, it becomes toxic. This is where you get the man who I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm gonna fuck this shit. I'm gonna fuck this. I'm gonna do what I fucking want to do. But then there's no logic. He's not working with his logical side. We should be working with our logical side way more than our emotional side.
Our logical side should be there to manage our emotional side.
Bingo.
We
That's
didn't we
that's
didn't
that's
ever
it.
Bingo.
we didn't ever get
Bingo.
we weren't exposed to the methods that was necessary to do that.
You
Bingo.
have to
A lot
you
of it
have to
has
be able to discern between thoughts and feelings.
come on.
If you can't discern between thoughts and feelings, you don't have like your emotional intelligence is going to be a little bit lower than somebody who can discern between thoughts and feelings. So then you cannot use logic if you can't discern between thoughts and feelings when it comes to emotions, because you need to be able to logically think like, you know what, I just feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Versus I think something.
And
Like I
should I
feel
act
like
on this feeling?
feelings have a name, like sad, happy. You know what I mean? I think you're cheating on me is not a
Melancholy.
feeling. You don't
No.
have that feeling. That's a thought. Like I have a feeling. It's a gut feeling. No, you have a thought that you haven't formulated, so you feel like it's coming from your gut because it didn't come from your brain.
But
That's how you know.
logic is you're coming home late, you text me later than you normally do. The language you're using with me is a lot different. And this is for men and women, which is a lot of times I also think why women are better cheaters than men.
James said, "Love is working together."
What do you know
You,
about that song?
Let me
I think
listen to that.
I think it's just a matter of like managing your like regulating your emotions, like regulating like your nervous system, because if you let it get become dysregulated, your logic is gone.
I
Like
agree.
in any situation where you're anxious, your perception is narrow. When you're upset, your perception is narrow. When you're sad, your perception is narrow. When you're happy, your perception is narrow. You so happy, you living on cloud nine. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lead you with this happiness all the way to destruction. So like thinking logically, you have it. You cannot think both ways at the same time, but you have to like logically be able to identify where you're at emotionally, so you can kind of continue to use good logic. Because otherwise, your logic gonna be skewed.
Now
Yeah.
here's some. I'm glad you said logic being skewed because that's what I wanted to get to. Is what happens when logic becomes dangerous? Because sometimes you get to a place where you you become aware of all these words that we're using, right? And so then you start doing dangerous shit like I'm logic like the shit that I make up in my head, them thoughts that are thinking, I know that I have to turn them into a feeling. So then like I will logically give reasons for why this shit is valid that I can you know what I'm
Then
saying?
you
That I
you
can
have successfully become a lawyer.
like for real, you know what I'm saying? At that point in time, like I could talk myself into why this logic, you know what I'm saying? Like this is why the math is mathing and all this, and you got to be able to stop for a second and be like, am I actually building up a case for myself to keep these emotions? Because your emotions fuck with you like dope. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go nowhere. They're like a virus that doesn't want to allow itself to get killed, so it morphs into something different when the antibodies come in. So you can get all this shit that we talking about that's therapy, and it's like the antibodies coming in, and you be so sick that your virus will sit here and morph and find a way to look like the antibodies. It looks like logic. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to myself in ways that look logical, but
All
really
right, so
it's these emotions can't die.
I understand exactly what you're saying. So that's why I wanted to make sure I got, because we're talking about outcome bias. Your logic is working to give you the answer that you want. Like I know, like I feel that you're doing this, so my logic is going to prove it. It's not going to work to disprove it. It's going to work to prove it. And so I'm going to be stuck in a cycle of trying to prove something. And then if you're going against my logic, we're going to keep butting heads because I can prove it. I know it because I'm stuck. So the reason why I want to look it up, because it's a cognitive bias. You know what I'm saying? So meaning that your logic is skewed because you want something to be something instead of letting it just be what it is.
And I think that's
Exactly.
important. Why? I think that's really important. I'm gonna say a couple of things. Number one, why having a man in a leadership position is so important. We definitely need men in that leadership position within a relationship because we're gonna lean. It's not to say you can't have emotions or you can't have a bad day or something like that, but we need this space to be held for our emotions. It's not gonna make sense. We've
Hmm.
got the hormones and all of that. There is no logic in the emotions sometimes. It's not, it's literally not gonna make sense. And the space just have to be held. Like, oh my God, I broke a nail, it ruined my entire day. Like, this is a catastrophe. It's not gonna make sense. But we just need to just be there and say, wow, I know that sucks.
Can I
And
chime in
that's
on that
the
part, Jess? Because I don't think you're wrong. You said men in leadership, but I'm actually coming from the other side of it. And I don't know if you guys remember our earlier episodes on this third,
Mhm.
specifically when we were talking on the six working geniuses, right?
hmm
And one of the primary leadership roles, specifically that women are more responsible than in anything, is discernment and enablement. Like women
Yes.
have a higher entitlement. Entitlement might be the wrong word, but one thing I know, and especially as black women, right? And I actually, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on a tangent. All right, what we family? Can I
Changing up.
talk to y'all?
It's
Like
just
for
me and
real?
you.
Yeah. Like, look, this is what I see. Right. First and foremost, women, y'all know when something just doesn't feel right. And there are so many relationships that I've been in that I was like, damn, if I'd have listened to her, I'd have been fucking. We would have been in a different place. There's also
Mm.
times that my logic would have put us in a different place. That's neither right or wrong because it's not here, and I'm here where we are right now in this perfect place, right? But something I also know as far as the racial shit of it, like I'm happy Kamala didn't become president right now because I think this same shit would have happened if it was her, Donald Trump, or whoever else was president right now. And she would have got the blame for it. I'm glad they don't get to blame a black woman for it. Even though she's half Indian, they're gonna blame the black side each and every fucking time. Like
We know who's at fault here.
we're always
We
involved.
ain't
Like,
gonna
I ain't
say it. Yeah.
she got a white husband, but no, women are just as valued. Like this is my pick me side, guys. I'm sorry, but it's not a pick me shit. Once I finish it, look, men and women are equal, but we're different, right? We're more logical. Y'all move more on feelings. Which one is right? It depends on the circumstances.
They're needed. They're
My
both
It
take
needed.
depends on
is,
who. It depends on who's more blinded by emotion. Nobody can be more logical than the person that is blind, that is not blinded by emotion. As soon as you let your emotions blind you, whether it be your hormones or we'll just call them hormones, testosterone or estrogen. As soon as you let those emotions blind you, your logic is out the window. I'm sorry. You're gonna do some fuck shit. I don't care if you're a boy or a girl. It's like as soon as you let those emotions lead, as soon as you lead by emotion, everything is kind of like, out the window.
I think men and women
Emotions
are,
are
my,
manipulable.
yes. I think they're complementary. I wouldn't
Yes.
say
Yeah.
they're equal because I feel like if we're looking at a plate, it's like some like one person brings broccoli, one person brings carrots. We're not bringing the same thing, but we need the nutrients from both the things that we're bringing. So it's
This
like
chicken needs
we.
some mac and cheese next to it. I
Nah,
get what
nah,
you're
nah.
saying.
Let her
I'm
cook.
about
Let her
no,
cook.
Keep
come
Let her
going.
on
cook. She
now.
Let her
said
cook.
carrots, broccoli.
Let
Yeah.
her
Talk,
Let her
cook.
cook. I'm
I'm the
Yeah.
hungry. She got
nutrition and you
bigger than
talking
me.
constipation with the cheese. Just,
Hello.
Look,
Now
let
you
me.
got high blood pressure.
come
Yeah.
Put two
So
and
on.
two
look,
together.
look.
With the sides, you talking sides?
So look. What I took from what you're saying,
I'm
Jess,
gonna eat some
is,
yams.
and I'm agreeing to disagree with you,
You trying to
but
get to the yams?
in inequality, right? Inequality. And Jay, you understand this as far as the macros and shit for when you're putting together a plate, right? 100 grams of protein looks a whole lot different than 100 grams of carbs and 100 grams of fat. They all
Mm-hmm.
look different. But if you have a budget for the calories that you need to hit for whatever your goals are, it's one's gonna look bigger, one's gonna look smaller. But at the end of the day, it's that balance that gets you to where you want to be,
Yes,
Mm.
That's
that's
what
what
it's
I'm
all about.
speaking
and
for.
I
that's
think
being
that's
able
what she
to
was
fit.
saying. I think that's what she was going with. That's where Jess was going with, as far as men and women complementing each other.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You
I
can't
still
have
think
too much of
compliment
one
is
thing
equal.
unless you're on a diet and it's usually a crash diet. Like, oh, I'm just gonna eat nothing but carbs. If we take it into the macros, I'm just doing all carbs. How long is that gonna last? Or if I'm just doing all protein, or I'm doing keto, how long is that gonna last? You might see some effects to go your way for a little bit, but eventually it ain't gonna last. When you have a well balanced diet, you get better results, and you're able to sustain it very much. You're able to sustain it longer. I should say, yeah.
I'm on straight carbs right
It's
now.
sustainable.
Beer.
Yes. I know we have some more questions on that cue card.
Yo,
What
we
else we got?
definitely do. And we kind of touched on a lot of these things, which is um, devotion. In a lot of ways, I feel like, like what does devotion look like to you? And if you kind of look at an amalgamation of all the things that we talked about, when the question that kept coming up is like Timbo said, why are you with me? I think the answer is that I made a decision to be devoted to something, that I signed up for something, and I'm going through with it. You know what I'm saying? To quote Nip again, Nip said, I could walk away, but I respect vows, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like at a
I
certain
respect
point,
what?
he said, I respect vows, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And on this song, he was talking about the fact that like I didn't made enough and did enough to where I could leave up out of the hood, but I signed up for something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even just walk away from this shit, because I did before I ever made this happen, I signed up for this first, and it speaks towards the fact that we might have went through X, Y, and Z in the midst of committing to this thing, but we still signed up for this first. You know what I'm saying? Like I signed up to fuck with you the long way. Like Nip
Okay.
said, I almost didn't make it because of set foul, nigga. Should be
No.
in the West now, nigga. Like but I signed up. I forever got answers to where you from. I signed up to this with me and you. Where you from? This is us. So as we went through it, the set was foul, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas from the very hood that I love that betrayed me in ways that I didn't see it coming. And nigga, I'm over here having to get down with this nigga, and niggas was politicking on me over here and all this shit. And I didn't made enough, and I've grown enough, and I'm big enough to not even have to come to the block no more, nigga. But I respect these vows that I signed up
Because
for.
I knew what I signed up for.
I knew what
Just
I
like the
came
memory.
into, and I'm about to show up on the turf again today. I'm about to pull back up and be back outside. And that's what devotion looks like to me from my mind state of how I grew up looking at the world, where it's like if I could explain all the bad shit to somebody that didn't know me and my wife from nobody, you could look at me and be like, man, how can you still be there? But it's devotion, it's dedication. It's the fact that I signed up for worse. I signed up for shit when I was 14,
Ooh.
15, 16, 17, nigga, and was committed to way all kind of other bullshit that
Mm.
only led to let's keep quoting it breed drug heads and jail niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like and I was down to do whatever for that. And if I signed up to build a family, to build a life with somebody, to start bringing you and incorporating you into my world, then I signed up for every part of you in the same way that a nigga go sign up for the hood. And it ain't just the parties and the bitches and the being able to stand on the corner and dress away and look cool. It's all the heartache that came with it. It's the funerals. It's the homies that snitched on you. It's the motherfucking the other side is tripping, and we gotta right now do so. I'm by myself today, and it's six of them, and I gotta still say I'm from here. All of this shit doesn't make sense to people that's not from the culture. There's
Mm.
somebody listening right now who don't know a drop of nothing about game banging, and they sitting there like, well, all of that sounds foolish to me. But you not from the
Well,
set, homie.
But
Me and
I
my
have a
relationship with the
question.
set.
So, does devotion sometimes require your ego to be compromised?
yes,
Yes. Yes. It
yes,
repeatedly requires it.
It
yes.
tests it.
It
It pokes at it.
repeatedly requires
Very
it.
much so. Very much so.
Like your
Repeatedly.
ego want to be like, I know you just didn't.
No, but it's not. But to Third's point is, can I go on this? Because I'd like to just
Please.
release, right? So to Third's point and to your point, just to answer that, yes, my ego is coming along with it because so you might have missed what I was saying about what I'm dealing with in relationships right now. But for the last three women in my life, the last three primary women, right? They never understood why I have to just leave to go back to California or to go here and go here because this is my devotion. Like the same thing you fell in love with me for is the same thing that all of my other homies love me for, except I'm a smaller part in their life for what they love me for, right? Like I call third when I need some real fucking life shit. Like some no filters, no none of that. He calls me for other shit and I'll let him discuss that when he chooses to. But we know what we signed up for. And some of these women don't understand that I've seen homies die in our arms. I've seen homies do that. But this is the same thing I'm bringing into a relationship, right? And I took notes. And it's the good and the bad. The devotion, yes, I'm devoted to you. I'm devoted to what I signed up for. However, I'm not going to hold you hostage. If this is at one point not what you signed up for, because I knew what I signed up for, you knew what you're signing up for. You want to get out, I will leave the door open for you. You are always ready to leave. I don't want you to, but you can, right? And you mentioned third gangbang. Something that it brings to my mind, my dad is a Q dog and my stepdad. Well, that the whole nother question, the whole nother set of things. But what I recognize and what I try to tell to my pops all the time is like this gang shit and this frat shit is the same thing. And he's like, no, it's not. And I was like, nah, bro, you don't understand it. And the thing is, because us as the black culture, we're the only ones who never let our organized crime create shit that's bigger than us. Period. But frats, you go through an initiation. You have things that you talk about in these meetings that you don't take to nobody else. Gangs, same fucking shit. Do they operate in different elements? That's questionable. Because as we're seeing with these fucking Epstein files, some of these niggas is in the same fucking fraternities. I ain't never seen no Crips, no Bloods, no essays, no shower posse, no GDs, no vice lords. Just get down on an all-out sexual trafficking of minors. So what we really talking about? Who's really the whole?
I could argue that, but don't
No,
lose track of your point.
nah. What my point is yes, devotion. Me as a man, the same devotion I show to my homies who signed up to some shit, the same shit I signed up for, is just as bad as how I, or just as good as how I enter a relationship. Like when I'm in a relationship, it's baby, it's you and me versus the world because I don't want to fight when I come home. If I gotta fight when I come home, I don't want to be here because I didn't sign up for this.
So then, are you saying that you have devotion with limits, as in like, because look,
No, it's not a
what about
limit.
what about the shit that like, look, I didn't know the depths of what I was signing up for when I signed up for certain shit, right? This is the interesting thing about it. Like when we signed up for somebody, yeah, we knew kinda, but then like a motherfucker show you a whole nother side of it, like, ooh,
So for
I didn't
me,
even know
that's
you.
why I leave the
Or
door
like,
open.
for but for instance, look at the way that we'll forget the homies and shit, right? You know that I've been
Ooh.
out of control third, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nights we not even gonna talk about right now. You know that you've been, another side of you. You know what I'm saying? I've met a guy named J Rock before. Like it, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas extreme versions of themselves. Like I didn't fully sign up for the homie to be out here like this. Like this nigga Timbo about to make us fight the whole club tonight. General Getbuck. This is not Timbo. It's General Getbuck right now. I didn't
And we're
sign
never
up
at the same
for
place at
General
the same
Getbuck.
time.
And
I've
he's
been
still my friend
dedicated
when we
to my
leave.
friend Tim. I don't even know this nigga General Getbuck like that. Tim barely know this nigga because I know Tim don't even act like this. So then when we going through it hella crazy, I'm still with you, right? But then how come when our significant other show this side that go a little left, that go a little sideways, is you acting totally different.
Exactly.
Instantly,
Ooh.
like you're so emotionally hurt. Even I might have been disappointed or emotionally hurt with something that you did one night, or something or vice versa. but we still fucking day ones. We still gonna get down together. It ain't changed our get down or nothing. I just found out this other side of you. Our devotion towards our partners has to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we'll love our look at all the shit we put our mama through and she still fuck with us.
Yes, I think number one, that's a great explanation of devotion, because devotion is like, um, you have to understand this person can either stay the same, meaning like the way you met that person today is how they're gonna be forever, or you have to know that they're going to change over time and you're willing to love those versions of that
Hello.
person, because some people never change and that's perfect for some people. And
Mm.
then you have those situations where people change and they say, I used to like, broccoli, but now I want Brussels sprouts.
I used to never eat my Brussels sprouts.
Is
Mama
that
damn near
right
had
or
to whip me
wrong?
over them Brussels sprouts, and now I'd be like, "Ooh, baby, you made Brussels sprouts."
But is that right or wrong? Because that's individual taste buds, right?
Well, that speaks to our last topic when you brought that up, Timbo, which is love languages.
Ooh.
Because in our individual taste buds of what I'm dealing with over here in my relationship, in my love language, that's okay. Like,
So
you
I,
know what I'm saying? Like a dash of toxic might be your love language. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have to get a little worked up before I put you through the mattress and shit like that.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're
you
not
might
about
have
to.
just got some regular degular today, but I kind of felt like, starting a little shit, getting a little reason to throw it at you a little harder tonight. You needed to get choked, and maybe I couldn't get into my whole phase unless I got a little mad at you about something and shit like that. Like, these might be parts of my love language. I might be. You ever dealt with like a female that's like, damn, like you had brought up while we was talking privately, like, damn, this bitch keeps starting shit, like, and everything. Like, she might need to get put through the mattress right now. This is how she rev herself up. This is her little awkward love language. You know what I'm
Bruh.
saying? Like, because this is how she get down.
I think my craziest experience with love language and devotion, to speak to your point, is that sometimes when you begin a relationship, a love language could be like words of affirmation, and then this person go through the fire about something or have a major life change, and you trying to speak life, and they like, I don't give me no cliche
Mm,
words, and they need acts of service. That's where the
mm,
devotion comes in. Like,
All
mm.
oh,
right, let me ask this. Let, all right, so we could talk devotion, and I feel like I have to like because I can appreciate what you said there. I can hear what Tim's saying. So I'm gonna kind of play. I'm gonna play the opposite of what you're telling me. So let's say, for instance, we get put on based on this on this history and knowledge, and we subscribe to these politics, as we know that niggas subscribe to politics, and then niggas start politicking different. This ain't what I signed up for. I gotta stay devoted to this situation just because of what? If this ain't what I signed up for, if niggas start politicking differently, I might have to be if we was talking about Nipsey Hussle, I might have to be 60 Crip on my own. You feel me?
Hood, I'm the hood. I always say that, nigga. Like,
So
nigga,
just because
the
I
fuck?
just because I saw it don't take away from your devotion. But if niggas start politicking on you differently, if niggas start dirty politicking on you, you might have to either it ain't a matter of switching sides, but it's a matter of choosing yourself. Because if you stick around for the dirty politics, you're gonna get through in a twist. You know what I'm saying? That's
AKA,
how I see
you're
it,
no longer devoted.
metaphorically speaking.
And
Yeah.
that's okay. AKA, you're no longer devoted. And that's okay. It
And
doesn't
that's
mean you're
okay.
not a person that isn't capable of devotion. It just means that you're at capacity for devotion in this space.
Well,
It's your
no, what, yeah, devotion, not non-devoted, but I'm just kind of going on what they're saying is just like nigga, you gonna go through all these changes, but like sometimes some of them changes that you go through ain't worth staying devoted to.
Mm.
it's that part.
There's something to
So
If
be
nigga,
said
so
about that. When is the
we
when
we
is
we
the quit point?
I'm
we
with
gonna
you on
have
that.
we gonna have a hood meeting. We gonna talk it out. we might have to catch a little squabble or something. But if niggas is still on that weird shit, niggas starting to act like ops all of a sudden. You a op now?
I'm over here, cat.
But look,
The way.
look.
I'm 60 Crip on my own.
Yeah,
but look, we could take that
What,
into
what, what that nigga say? The Loke is on his own.
yeah,
and we
yeah.
could take that into relationships. We could take that into the boardroom. We could take that into every single demographic we all fuck with, right? Like,
It's
am I
okay to
devoted?
disagree.
Yes.
It's 100% okay to disagree. It's a nigga that might need a DP from the set because he did some bullshit. But when you start treating a
who
nigga
might
like an
need the
op,
suspension.
they say you could drop a nigga, but don't stop him out because that's the disrespect.
Like shit.
Once you start treating a nigga like an op, homie, just imagine, just be ready for what that nigga gonna either come back and do or what he ain't gonna subscribe to no more.
You gotta be okay with having a line between. You gotta figure out where your line is between a DP and a put off. Like
Yes.
X, Y, and Z. We got a criteria over here. You know what I'm saying? When you come get put on over here, you can get away with X, Y, and Z, and maybe just get DP for it, just a little punishment. You know what I'm saying? I gotta move a little different with you and everything, but at a certain point, it's certain shit that you could do that's not how we move, and we gotta put you off, and we gotta go this way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's in my constitution. That's something I like to say. Everybody got to build their own constitution. You got to
Yeah.
have a fucking list of your constitution. This is how we move in the United States of third. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? If the shit
I
you
thought
say
it was
like,
a U.S.
hey,
of Timbo, but I.
All right, let me ask you this: you got a nigga from the hood that's a robber.
AKA
He robbed
down.
he robbed one of the homies. Is he getting put off because he robbed one of the homies? We know he a robber. That's a part of his constitution.
right.
You gotta trust the
Or-
snake to bite you. I feel like DMX said that, and I appreciate
Is there
it.
not honor amongst thieves?
Yes
Mm.
and no.
No.
Yes and no.
Mm.
Nah.
It never is.
But needless to say, you know this nigga a robber. Or if you know a nigga's a gunner and you think y'all finna pack him out, don't be surprised if he pop on y'all niggas.
Oh.
And it's what's gonna happen is some niggas that's gonna say, well, he was right. Y'all shouldn't have did what y'all did. Then there's gonna be some niggas who justified the whole pack out, and so now you got division in the hood.
So
So
okay.
niggas stay devoted even though there's division.
If we could take this back to relationships, because
Don't let none of this shit go over your head.
Oh,
Yeah, this is all relationship.
but what I'm saying
Look,
is, look,
all right, so look, let me make it be clear. If in a relationship I do something that I'm known to do, and you start treating me like an op, I might not be so much devoted to this. You know what I'm about. So if you're gonna treat me like an ultimate op and you gonna drop me and you gonna stomp me out, 60 Crip on his own.
Yeah, I'm out.
calling all my weaknesses.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm with you on that. I'm with you because it's like, you know.
Because you ain't finna treat me like no op. Because especially if I can go anywhere and represent the set with no smut, you ain't finna treat me like no op. I'm a trophy.
Yeah.
Type
Agreed.
shit. Type shit. I put in a lot of work for the set. You
look,
better
We ain't
remember
finna treat James like no op. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you better remember it. Yeah, you
So,
better
a
act like
big
you
part-
know.
Because my respect ain't gonna change out here. It's gonna be the same respect that I've earned out here. People still gonna see me the same way they've been seeing me out here. You might see me differently for a while because you're emotional, but when that logic kick in, like, damn, this was the downest nigga for the set.
So
This-
for the guys,
Treat me like an op. It's hard to come back from that. Because now, how can I?
so I got one question for Jay and third, and then for Jess as well, right? It's kind of a split question, one for guys and one for girls to represent both. So as far as like that part, right? Understanding what you signed up for and understanding your love languages, right? So with that, if you know like your dude he's a thinker, he's a talker, or your girl's gonna point out everything for you. At what point do you guys come back together and reevaluate what the situation is based on what both of you guys need?
I'll
It's
jump
a-
in on
it's-
that because I got a short one on that. Often, regularly,
It's fluid.
we gotta have hood meetings pretty regular over here.
Wait, hold on. Timeout. Call a quick timeout. 30-second timeout. Full timeout. You know the Clippers call a lot of timeouts. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, here we go.
Call a
Intention,
timeout.
with a sprinkle of intention in there.
Yeah, nah. Like we gotta check in
Frequency.
often. Because that if we don't check in often, that's where resentment starts to grow. Them plays that just that they just scored three in a row on us, and now it's a 20-2 run on us, and we didn't call a timeout when we needed to, and that's where resentment grows within that run. Before these niggas go
Yes.
on a 20-0 run, we need to refocus. You don't let
And
that shit.
Then I start
that's
looking
just
at you
my
talking about three
experience.
plays ago. Yeah.
That is literally my experience. Exactly what you guys said. Like when that often leaves the chat, when the frequency leaves the chat, when the intention leaves the chat,
Come on.
it's resentment brewing. It's the wild wild west. Anything is going, and we looking at each other sideways because we're not going for certain things. When all it took was that intention and that often and that frequency.
And when people ain't going for certain things, I'm gonna relay it back to basketball because they ain't coachable. Nobody doesn't like the uncoachable player. Everybody on the team is coachable.
Well,
Teammates can coach teammates. The coach can coach teammates. So as soon as you don't think you got to listen to me or I don't got to listen to you, nah, man, give me the ball, give me the rock. I got this. You feel me? Now I'm gonna sit here, look at you, watch you fail. Right? I'm gonna let you fuck up a few times, and now I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna go fuck up a few times, or I might win. But either way it go, resentment continues to grow because somebody wasn't coachable. Somebody didn't want to listen with that intention. Somebody wasn't open minded. Like maybe for this particular play, we need Robert Ory. I'm just throwing this out here.
Yeah.
The Clippers never had Robert Ory, but Big Shot
And
Rob,
that's why they don't got no
who has more
championships.
rings than all these niggas, he played his role when he was supposed to.
Mm.
Nobody beat him up for not being there in this particular play or that particular play because sometimes it's on you, Jess. Sometimes it's on him. Sometimes it's on me. Sometimes it's on her. Depending on who we play, we gonna play off our strengths, or we might play off our weaknesses. But if we're playing off my strengths and you see I'm not holding up, to my end of the bargain, and you got to sit here and pull me to the side and say, hey, you need to step up here. I got to be open and coachable to what you're saying. I don't have to take it as disrespect all the time, but it's the way that you approach me too. You know what I'm saying?
I
Don't treat
agree.
me like
But
Yes.
at that note, we had an hour 30. We had a nice good one. Y'all want to get into some tell me anythings?
Tell me anything. Okay. I'm gonna go first. I am
Yeah.
a little alarmed at the country right now, and not in
Mm.
politics,
Gotcha.
health wise.
Mm.
It's come to my attention that testosterone is at some record lows,
Yes.
and as a woman, that's kind of alarming. But it also makes me a little bit more compassionate because
Mm.
it's okay.
that's my. I'm
Okay.
gonna leave it
Yeah,
there, and
yeah.
I'm gonna just say period on that one.
Cause
Okay.
niggas ain't doing nigga shit no more. We out
Yeah.
here being plant dads and making
Wait a
sourdough
minute.
bread when we need to be out here hunting and building shit and
I feel
destroying shit.
attacked.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you have a lot of women that are out here being providers, they're the ones doing the testosterone producing, activities. And it goes both ways because we both have these type of hormones. If she's out getting the money and I'm at home making meals and shit, I'm doing estrogen producing shit. Now I'm sitting here complaining about shit, like I'm starting to sound like my mama type shit. You feel me? I need to be out here
That
in the
shit
field.
on
Yeah, I need to be out here. I
my.
was just telling my homegirl the other day. She was saying something. I was like, no, I want to grow my own chickens and I want to pluck the feathers and do the whole nine. And
Yeah.
she's like, you gonna do that? I was like, yeah. It's me and my cousin been talking about processing the goat. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be that nigga that go to fucking Ensenada and a nigga sitting over there over holding me upside down after he does squirt the beer in my mouth. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm be like, nah, move, I got her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't going to Jamaica and you rubbing this shit on my girl. I'm gonna be the one that's doing the rubbing.
Yeah.
I'm sitting
Yeah.
there holding the camera
Oh,
like
shit.
this, like a cuck. Nigga, fuck all that
Look at
shit.
her. Look at her go. You having fun, babe? She ain't even
So,
looking over back at you.
so we need to get
You eye
back
to
to
eye
doing
with this nigga right now. He just
we
eye
we
fucking the shit out of her.
and he
Tell
and he
me
looking at you. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back to doing nigga shit,
got
that
you in the
testosterone
text,
producing
yeah.
shit. And females need to get back to doing female shit too. And we got to make it, I feel like us as men need to create the path for them to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because the roles have been reversed, and that's why it is a decrease in testosterone, because women don't have the gonads to produce enough to say there's enough testosterone floating around, but they're producing more than us with limited faculties.
If you're having an issue with it medically, get you some TRT or some Shilajit, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, we are
Some
not
ashwagandha.
medical professionals.
Ashwagandha, yeah.
We are
You know,
not
So do
it's
your
not fair to
research.
ask about these things. Do your own research.
This is not health related. Look up some
Look.
shit.
Do your research. Do what works.
Go
for
chop some. Look, go chop some before you get a supplement. Go chop some wood. Mow the lawn. You know what I'm
Man.
saying?
you. Might
Go out
sound
there.
different.
Go out there. Get on your knees and shoot some dice. Do something. Catch a fade. You know what I'm saying? Bring fades back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's the
We
new
really
slogan.
do, though.
Hey, when I start running for senator, that's what I'm running on. Bring fades back.
Ain't no debate today, bitch.
Make fades great again.
People got too slick with this. They done got too slick.
Man,
We gotta bring
for
it back. The
real.
Twitter fingers is too real.
Like, and ain't nobody getting punched over that shit.
Bring it back.
man, my
Please.
tell me anything for the week is, man, I'm hearing niggas is out here giving out dick for motherfucking bad motherfucking behavior. You know what I'm saying? If you getting bad behavior out of her and you giving her dick, you tripping right now. You know what I'm saying? Because all you doing is making her want to keep motherfucking doing that shit because you're rewarding it. You know what I'm saying? My tell me anything for the week is, nigga, no. We no longer rewarding bad behavior. We're getting dick down. You act
No
bad, you gonna sit
No
over there.
positive reinforcement. No, none of
You
that.
talking about
No
past
positive
law.
reinforcement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking
Niggas out here
about
giving positive reinforcement for bad behavior, and I'm not here for it.
Look who read from my diary.
So
Killing me
I
softly.
cannot co-sign with this man. I
Yes.
cannot co-sign with this.
Nah, for real. Look, my tell me anything is, as I mentioned at the beginning before you guys jumped on, Chuck Norris died this weekend, and Chuck Norris, one of the few white boys I don't feel niggas had too many problems with, but I had a I wouldn't say a personal relationship, but at one time in one of my working careers when I was still selling small business phones, we helped fund Chuck Norris's water, the water he got at storage. You can see it got a little red head. That nigga looked funny and shit on it, but we helped fund that deal. And what I'm saying is to add on to the Chuck Norris myth, Chuck Norris didn't die. He killed death and took his job.
Okay. Okay.
And on that
Tell
note,
me anything, nigga.
that is tell me anything.
That was perfect.
Like, yo, so once again, y'all, if you like what we got to say, if you want to be on the video or come on,
You want to be all up in the video?
dancing, singing, look,
On
hit the
that
like button, hit the subscribe button, send us all a DM, find us all. We all on Instagram, we all on YouTube, we all on all that shit.
YONG3RD on every platform.
That part.
Tap in and subscribe. Send a DM. Send a message to us on YouTube. We like to bring our subscribers on. We love y'all. Shout out to Jess. Shout out to Jay. Shalom to everybody. Sevens up.
Happy
Peace.
Spring Equinox.
Hey, that's my mom's birthday too. I meant to bring that up.
Hey, shout out Auntie Faith.
Happy birthday.
Hell yeah.
Go chop some wood, niggas.
Hey, y'all don't forget to let y'all shit upload before y'all close all the way out
Yeah,
the app.
and don't leave. We got promos coming.
All right.
Oh yeah. Tap in.